The Book of Boba Fett has released some new set photos, and we get more news about the state of the Rangers of the New Republic. So let's get started. As we all wait for the Book of Boba Fett to come out, the show has decided to release some pretty interesting set photos to pique fan curiosity. As shown in the trailer, we are aware that Boba Fett will attempt to control the remnants of Jabba's criminal empire, and we get scenes where the former bounty hunter goes around attempting to negotiate with other criminal groups. So let's take a look at some of the photos shown. In the first one, we get a photo of Boba Fett sitting on his throne with Fennec standing next to him. This photo was definitely taken in what was once Jabba's throne room that we see in The Return of the Jedi. On the right, there is a neat little description that reads, "Reports of his death were greatly exaggerated. Star Wars' iconic bounty hunter is back for good, and as the Book of Boba Fett is about to prove, there's a lot more to the burgeoning crime lord than kick-ass armor." The photo shown here is most likely a snapshot of a scene where Jabba is meeting someone in his throne room while Fennec is leaning in to advise him. In the next photo, we have Fennec with her rifle at the ready. It could be the case that Fennec is standing guard here in what looks to be in the middle of a town on Tatooine, quite possibly located in Mos Eisley. Next up, we have a photo of Boba Fett talking to a mysterious Twi'lek that was first introduced in the trailer. At the moment, we don't have much information as to who that Twi'lek is, but the character is played by Jennifer Beal, and the character is definitely set up to be a very important character in the underworld, potentially another ally for Boba Fett, or potentially even a rival. Jennifer Beal's character is very interesting because stereotypically, Twi'leks in the underworld are rarely in positions of power. More often than not, they are subjects of crime lords and slaves to other criminal organizations, especially female Twi'leks. So the fact that the show is introducing to us a female Twi'lek character outside the stereotypical portrayal of the species could mean that this is a very important character to Boba Fett's rise to power. I, for one, am pretty interested to see just how influential this character is and how she has managed to come this far. We can also see a Gamorrean guard standing in the background, which would suggest that by this point, Boba Fett has already accumulated some amount of power on Tatooine. And in another photo, we get a snapshot of Jon Favreau on the set of the Book of Boba Fett. Favreau is of course the showrunner for The Mandalorian and oversees the development of the upcoming Book of Boba Fett. Finally, in the last photo, we get a shot of Fennec and Boba Fett standing next to each other, and this would suggest to us that the show will most likely explore the dynamic between the two and what sort of bond they might have. What's also interesting about this photo is the background. The background is unlike the first photo and not in Jabba's throne room, but is instead in the seat of power of another criminal organization, and we actually got to see the same room several times in the trailer. First when Boba Fett meets this mysterious character, and a few other times when it seems as though Boba Fett and his entourage are surrounded by a rival criminal organization. In less happy news, we have received confirmation that Rangers of the New Republic has officially been scrapped for good. That being said, there is a little bit of a surprising twist to this story. Initially announced back in 2020, Kathleen Kennedy stated that the show would follow the adventures of Cara Dune, and that the series would be executive produced by Filoni and Favreau, and would culminate in a crossover with The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka. However, as we all know, the situation with Gina Carano, the actress behind Cara Dune, kinda threw the whole thing into the bin, and ever since then, the fate of the series is a bit of a mystery. And so, in a recent interview with Empire, Kennedy finally addressed the situation with the show by saying that they have never written any scripts or anything for the show, which is a little surprising. The fact that nothing was ever done with the show highlights a very basic problem with a lot of different Star Wars projects that have been cancelled. The fact is, most of these projects have been announced far too early and well before any pre-production work. In an industry where directors come and go and projects get cancelled all the time, it's a bit of a norm. But from an outside perspective, things look particularly chaotic when there is so many cancellations one after another. Instead, Lucasfilm should take a step back and take things a little more slowly, develop more concrete projects before announcing them to the public. That being said, I do hope that some elements of the Rangers of the New Republic do make it into the other series in some shape or form. In particular, it was rumored and set up for Trapper Wolf to show up in the series. Trapper Wolf is of course the New Republic pilot that was introduced in The Mandalorian Season 2 and played by actor Paul Sun-Hyung Lee. And as a fan of Kim's Convenience, I really do hope that the character gets another shot in one of the upcoming Star Wars series. Anyways, that's all for today's video. Be sure to leave a comment to let me know what you think. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. I am the Lost Acolyte,
and I have spoken.